They were crafted in shadows and fueled by something far worse. In Puppet Master 2, death is only the beginning. The puppets have returned, not just to kill, but to serve their twisted master. From beyond the grave, souls will be stolen. Flesh, well, it's gonna be carved. This isn't just a sequel, it's a seance with blood on its hands. Welcome back to the House of Tulon, where nothing stays buried for long. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Video Rental Chaos. So the puppets are back and somehow even angrier. Puppet Master 2 picks up where the first movie left off. Only this time, the little wooden freaks are on a mission to resurrect their dead creator with brain juice. Yeah, you heard that right. Brain juice. We've got torch-wielding murderous dolls, psychic investigators with the survival skills of wet toast, and a plot that makes less sense the more you think about it. But hey, it's full moon logic. But let's be honest, the kills are still fun. Let's crack this one open and see what kind of puppet-shaped nonsense we're dealing with. So go ahead and press play, as this week we rented Puppet Master 2. So we opened with a grave robbery because of course we do. Andre Toulon's coffin is getting dug up behind the Bodega Bay Inn. Pinhead strolls over, dusts that thing off like he's checking in on an old friend, opens the casket, and dumps some neon green reanimator juice all over the corpse. Meanwhile, Tumbler, Leech, Woman, Blade, and Jester are just chilling at the edge of the grave, watching Toulon's skeleton start to move like it's no big deal. We cut to a few months later. A crew from the US government rolls into the inn and investigates the bizarre murder of Megan Gallagher, whose brain, by the way, was pulled out through her nose by Blade. Alex Whitaker, from the first movie, he's been locked up in a psych ward, totally broken from the last Puppet Master nightmare. So, their psychic friend Camille decides to bounce after seeing puppets in her room. Smart lady! But before she can get out of there, she gets snatched by Pinhead and Jester. Her stuff is still at the hotel the next day, so Carolyn calls Camille's son Michael. Meanwhile, Tumbler straight up drills through Patrick's skull while he sleeps. Lance kills Tumbler with a lamp, and they cut the little guy open, realizing these puppets aren't remote controlled. They run on some kind of weird brain goo. When this creepy guy named Eric Chani shows up claiming he inherited the inn and just got back from Hookah Crest. Spoiler, it's Toulon in disguise. Later that night, Blade and Leech Woman head to the farmhouse. Leech Woman kills the husband by vomiting leeches on him. Seriously. But his wife throws her in the furnace. Right when she's about to smoke Blade 2, a new puppet named Torch shows up and flamethrowers her into a pile of ashes. Blade scoops up some body parts and brings them back to Toulon, who now thinks Carolyn is the reincarnation of his dead wife, Elsa. He even flashes back to 1912 Cairo, when they bought the soul juice formula. Michael and Carolyn leave to investigate who Enrique really is. Back at the inn, the puppets are murdering folks because they're running low on their magic formula, which, surprise, is made from human brain tissue. Carolyn figures out Enrique doesn't exist and starts putting together what really happened to her brother and Camille. Toulon shows up, still convinced she's Elsa, and ties her up so they can be together forever. Michael tries to save her while fighting off the puppets. At one point, the dumb waiter opens to reveal Camille's dead body, now turned into a meat puppet. Toulon transfers his soul into one of the mannequins, ranting about eternal love. But the puppets finally realize he's been using them. Not cool, bro. Not cool. They turn on him hard. Torch sets him on fire, he falls out a window, and that's the end of Toulon. For now. But get this. Jester brings Camille's body back, uses the formula to put her soul in one of the mannequins, and she drives off with the puppets to a home for troubled children. Because yeah, that's exactly where murderous puppets should be hanging out. Puppet Master 2. What can I say about this movie? It's a mixed bag. If you watched last year's episode of Video Rental Chaos where we reviewed the original Puppet Master, you would know I was really impressed with that first film. In that review, I mentioned how they dropped the ball with the sequel, particularly when it comes to continuing the story from the first movie. Sure, they wrap it up, but do they? Especially with the wife of the guy who turned out to be the villain in part 1. In Puppet Master 2, they sort of explain why she's not around anymore. It seems like the puppets turned on her and killed her, right? Which by the end of the film you kind of understand. But why did they turn on Toulon in the first place? Was he an asshole? I guess. I'm still not entirely sure, to be honest. The story of Puppet Master 2 starts off strong with the FBI showing up to paranormally investigate the Bodega Hotel, which I love as the centerpiece of the first few films. It's a setting I don't think they revisit much in the later sequels though. To be fair, there's so many sequels at this point, I've seen them all except for the very last one. That said, the beginning of the movie is pretty solid, but then it veers into this romance between the dead psychic son and the woman who lost her brother. Wah, wah. It's okay, I guess. Then Toulon comes back from the dead, which I'll admit was a cool opening scene. The effects they used look like something straight out of Reanimator, right? Or The Substance. Really impressive stuff. This movie had a lot of potential, and I'm not saying it's not fun to watch, because it is. Still, I can't help but feel they missed the mark with this sequel. I think they should have built more on the original story and maybe brought Toulon back in a different way. The fact that the wife from the first film isn't even involved really bothers me, okay? And then there's Toulon himself, chased by Nazis in the original, where he felt like a lovable guy with these cool puppets, only to be turned into this resurrected bad guy in the sequel. I guess that tracks with where the series goes later. So, if you're a Puppet Master fan, I'd love to hear your thoughts, because Puppet Master 2 leaves me torn. It's got some good moments, and some bad ones. A real mixed bag if you ask me. Oh, and a shout out to Buck Flowers, making his second appearance on Video Rental Chaos in 2 weeks. He was in They Live, and now he's popping up in Puppet Master 2. I swear to God, I don't plan this shit. Anyway, if you haven't seen Puppet Master 2 in a while, give it a rewatch, and let me know what you think. And until then, I'll see you at the video store.
Catch me outside, underneath the neon moonlit sky. Catch me outside, underneath the neon moonlit sky. And we'll sing on a happy, happy song that will hold each one another's hand.